Hey everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, so in this journey that I've been on, I have got to experience a lot of things when it comes to our government system and assistant programs and different things, and I got to see a lot of things. A lot of things. So, because you're amazing people that kept messing with me, put me in these positions where I had to go through a lot of different systems, okay? With what I'm about to talk about, for the people that's in this category, right now, you might feel some type of way about what I'm going to say. I'm going to tell you right now, okay? So brace yourselves. However, I believe in you, all right? So remember, I believe in you, and this is why we have to do what we need to do. This is going to help your generations to come, okay? So we're going to talk about disability. Disability. See, one thing I learned about the disability program, it is a long, draining process because so many people try to get disability. Not just in your regular world, but in the military world and all this other stuff. I've seen it on both ends of the spectrum, okay? I've seen it with people in the military, and I've seen it with the people that are in the civilian world. And we're going to talk about both, because I got to see both parts of it. Yes, I have. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the military first. We're going to go to the top and then bring it on down. Military. I found out. Yes, and I've seen this my nose. I've seen this myself. How a person can go into the military that have a disability, but they are in a position where they know that they had an issue before they went in, right? But they already had a game plan to go in and utilize that issue. Along they can cover it up long enough to use that issue to get benefits, so they can get kicked out of the military so they can get benefits. Yes, I'm talking about it. Yes, some people do that. I even met a guy that went and pretended he was crazy on purpose. Yes, he went in and he said, I'm tired of the military. I'm about to pretend like I'm crazy, walk around with a gun and everything. And he literally played a role like he was crazy. So he could get benefits. Yes. See, there are people that go in the military that pretend like there's something wrong with them. I mean, they'll go in, act like everything fine, and then find some way to use the system so they can get full benefits. And a lot of these folks getting 100%, and they ain't even been in the military that long. They ain't even did nothing to say nothing. You understand me? They ain't did nothing to say nothing. Even the person I know. Now, they went to Iraq, but they stayed in a tent on the outskirts. They ain't even go through nothing. All right? And this person had a issue with a body part before they went in. But they was like, okay, let me go ahead and just do it. And I get that. Sometimes you just say, you know what, I can overcome it. This is a goal. This is something I want to do. However, they used that was what they went in. No different than anybody in, how can I say it? It's like this. I'm going to use this example. How many of y'all artists in the world, like as kids, y'all want to do motivational music, but by the time you got into the music business, now you on that crazy stuff? It's like that. You go in with the right intent and say, I just need to get out of the hood. I need to get out of this cunt place. I need to go in. I need to do something with my life. But then you get in and then you realize, I really don't even care anymore. Let me just get what I can take out of this thing. If I gotta just do some BS stuff just to get by, I'm gonna do the BS stuff to get by. Because I just want to sit on my behind the rest of the day. Long I get the numbers and long I get the money, I don't really care no more. Yes, people utilize systems. Okay? So there are people that pretend like they're crazy just so they can get some benefits, so they can sit on the butt the rest of their life. Is that right? No. Don't sit back and say, oh, I serve my country. Nah, a lot of y'all done it before you even went anywhere to receive anything or had to overcome anything. Yeah, we're going to talk about it because it's jacked up for the ones that actually went to these wars and actually had these psychological things to happen to them as experiments and didn't know it. And then they can't even get food stamps. They can't even get assistance. Ain't that something? It ain't amazing how the world operates for the ones that actually done something to be able to receive the benefits cannot, and the ones that sit back and pretend are the ones that can get it so easily. So make you question who's really behind the desk. Okay, so that's the first part of it. So now we already know how to fix you through the reality, the medications, and all of that. And thank God for me. Now you know how to fix yourself through the spiritual. So guess what? You have no excuses to say you're mentally crazy, because now we know it's a spiritual thing you're going through, child. That's a spiritual demon that's inside of you. And now we need to know. Now we know how to get it out of you. Okay, so we're going to have treatments for your peoples so that we can go through a rehabilitation process first. And once we go through that process, then maybe you can receive benefits if neither of those options work for you. Okay? Okay. Yeah, because we ain't going to sit here and have people to keep working their behinds off that need the assistance, can't get the assistance, to give it to someone that don't want to work at all. Okay, because I know how that feel. Okay. All right. Then let's come back to the reality world of things. You understand me? On the reality side. Now we know there's a lot of spiritual warfare and things going on, right? When it comes to bipolar and all of these different mental issues, depression and stuff, you have your antidote now. It's a spiritual process you're going through. So how we gonna do this one? I ain't gonna do that voice yet. I was gonna change it up. It's time to fix it. Fix it. Fix it. You got to fix this. Y'all can't sit back and go through this process where you're like, oh, I can't get a job, I can't get this, and that. Spiritual warfare over with. Now fix it. Okay? You are what you eat. Fix it. Depression, fix it. Anxiety, fix it. You understand me? Bipolar, fix it. Alright? Don't sit in your house all day and then be doped up, and then guess what? You're training your kids to be dope fiends. Just because you ain't putting it in their system, you telling them that they need that for their system to survive. Okay? Fix it. Y'all behind getting up and go out here get a job. Because it's like this. Even when I went through this process, I've seen certain things in my life. When I was married to this person in the military, I was around this one lady that she literally told her kids to pretend like they was crazy so she can get disability benefits for her kids, a stipend. Yes, people do that. People will tell their kids to pretend like they're mentally insane in order to get stipend benefits so the parents don't have to work. Yeah, people do that. There was a one time later on, once I was out of that relationship, and I was working at a job. There was this guy that I met that he was like, yeah, my mom made me have to pretend like I was crazy, slobbering and all of this stuff, right? Do all of this stuff and pretend like I was crazy so she can get the benefits. And still to this day, and he was like in his 20s at the time, he said, still to this day, I got to play the role so I could continue on my benefits. So once in a while, I got to go in and act crazy so I can keep this money up. Bet. Cool. But then you have the ones that really going through something, that have actual disabilities, body forms, they can't see, and all the other things. There's a lot of things going on that sometimes the medical records cannot show it. And they can't even get help. You got to wait 10 years. And now they going without for all this time, and then you don't even get the money for the full time. You only get amount for 1 year. And these people that really are suffering, that they did the spiritual work, that they doing this stuff, is just a part of their life. It's just something they go through. They got to go through this whole entire process. But then the ones that's faking it can get passed on by, and they can get the money. I'm dealing with somebody that's doing that now, pretending they had an issue, and then at the same time, it ain't even an issue. They can do everything underneath the sun But when I was going through my process and I couldn't walk, I was considered as faking, and I couldn't even walk. Ain't that something? So, everyone's going to pull their weight. Literally. People that's overweight, you're going to pull your weight. Nobody should have to be paying for your food bill. That ain't right. That ain't right at all. You telling me you sitting back, oh, I got gout, I got all of these things. You got all these different medical issues because you overweight. You're eating too much. Now you get disability benefits for being overweight. So you telling me you chose to be overweight. And we got to pay that bill. So since you don't know how to lose the weight, we're going to help you lose the weight. You can't get no meals. You stored enough in your house to survive for a very long time. All you need is water. Because the fat will feed itself to you. Yeah, that's how we're going to roll. Things are changing. Because it ain't nobody going to make no more excuses around here. No one. Because, yeah, I'm making some people feel some type of way. But this is what tough love look like. I can see the best in you. I know there's greatness with you. Don't allow the drugs. Don't allow the laziness. Don't allow the food. Don't allow none of this stuff to control you. Y'all have so much amazing things with you, but you're giving up because it's so hard. But look how hard you're making your life for settling. You're not happy now, so make it worth your while. Make it worth your while. But if people keep babying you, then you will never grow up. I get it. If you already had a hard childhood life, you like, I just want something easy. Well, make it worth his while. Work hard. Take the heat. Take the pain. And push yourselves. So that you don't have to have this life over and over again. Because guess what? If you don't like it now, you die, you come back, you're coming right back into it. And 9 times out of 10 is going to be worse. Because you didn't appreciate the life you was in. So guess what? The next round is going to be way worse than the last round. So if I was you, I advise you to do the work now. If you can't stand this heat, I don't want you in that furnace. It shows appreciation. We have too many resources out here to help you. Too many. And when I say too many, mean we got more than what you need. You only need one. And it's free. Free. F-R-E-E. Free. But y'all gonna sit back and pay the bill for something that ain't gonna help you? I guess that's why they call it Cartoon Network. Because y'all some clowns. You ain't supposed to laugh at that. It is what it is. It's crazy, man. I get it. I had my lazy days. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to get up. Daggone, you should have saw one of my houses that I had. It was a mess. Okay? It was a mess. I got tired. I got lazy. I got tired doing the washing the clothes, doing the dishes, talking to the kids over and over again. It's like, when I make up the bed, I'm about to jump right back in it because I don't want to do nothing else with my life. I'm tired of my life. I'm tired of it. And matter of fact, let the kids go be on the video games. Go do something. Then I ain't got to deal with you right now. It's a lot. I get it. Matter of fact, I need something to eat. That's the only thing that's going to make me feel better. Oh my God, why am I feel like I'm going crazy? Don't talk to me. Don't say nothing to me. Why you keep trying to talk to me? Why you want to keep hugging me? Why you want to come around me? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I get it. I get it. It's like the world is beating you up and all you feel like, let me just go to sleep to get to the next day. When I came from the mental institute the first time, that's exactly what I did. As soon as I came back, I would jump in the bed and I would sleep the whole. When my son wasn't here, he was in school, I would sleep until he got until he got home from school. That's when I wake up. He'll get on the bus at 7, and I would not wake up until about 3 when it was getting close time for him to come home, just so I could sleep the day away. because I didn't want to have to deal with the life. I didn't want to have to deal with the room that I was in. The same room I'm in now. I couldn't stand being in it every day, all day. Every time I turn around, the same thing. Why? I don't want to sit here and watch other people be happy on TV. I don't want to sit here and watch other people laughing and joking. And then if I ain't looking at that, I'm watching somebody be sad. And I just like, Dad, like, I don't want to watch my own life over and over again. Let me go to sleep. Dad, go to sleep. There's a car accident. Why am I getting beat up in my dreams? Every time I go to sleep, I'm getting killed over and over again. Yes, that's what was going on. When I go to sleep, I was dying every single time. You know how many car accidents I was in? It wasn't just a regular car accident. These cars would pile up on top of me. You know how many times I fell off a cliff in my dreams and hit the ground? You know how many times? Because I kept dying. I kept dying. Over and over again. As soon as I closed my eyes, I was getting killed. Over and over and over again. When I tell you I died a lot, I died just every single day I got killed. In my dreams. Every single day. They kept killing my spirit every single day. Every single day. These mother suckers was killing me every single day. Multiple times a day. But somehow, the grace of God, I kept waking back up again. Then I had to get to a point where it's like, all right, if you're dying in your sleep and you dying when you're awake, then what you gonna do about it? So you telling me if you're going to sleep to get away from the life you in, and then when you sleep, you trying to get away from the darkness you in, you need to find a light somewhere. That this is not the life you want to live. What you need to do? I gotta think happy thoughts. I don't want to think happy thoughts because my kids ain't with me and this and that. And these folks doing this and that and all of these things and people being mean and hateful to me. Well, if you keep focusing on that, then that's why you keep dying over and over again. That's why they able to keep doing to you, because they killing your dream. I don't even know what my dream is. You know what your dream is. You know what you wanted. You want the happy life, right? Yeah, but I've been doing right my entire life, and look at what's going on. Who's put a time limit on that? If you ain't got to the dream, then apparently you haven't finished the test. So are you going to sit back and keep failing on purpose, or are you going to sit back and pay attention so you can pass whatever going through? Because don't you feel like you keep going in a circle? Yeah. Don't you feel like every single time when you go out here and you communicate with people, you keep meeting the same people? Yeah. Aren't you tired of having your family apart? Yeah. Aren't you tired of sitting here just eating just to say you done something? Yeah. Aren't you tired of going through these mental emotions back and forth where you mad and crying and sad and all that? Yeah. All right. How tired are you? I'm real tired. So, what you always used to say when you get sick and tired being sick and tired, you do something about it, right? Yeah. So what you gonna do? I'm gonna go back to sleep. Alright. Go back to sleep then. The next day. I feel like I'm repeating the same day over again. Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of sitting here, keep going back to sleep? Yes. Aren't you tired of just keep getting up, just eat, just be eating? Yes. Aren't you tired of seeing your kids and everything separate? Yes. Aren't you tired of dealing with the same type of people everywhere you go? Oh my God, can we start having the same conversation? Please, God, let's start having the same conversation. Well, we ain't gonna start having the same conversation until you stop having the same mindset. You know I don't like you right now. No offense, God, please don't take me out. I'm just saying. I don't like you right now. So what do I do? That's a good question. What do you do? I already told you what you're tired of. So what's the opposite of being tired? You need your energy, right? Yeah. Okay. If you need your energy, how you gonna get that energy back? I don't know. If I did know, I wouldn't be in this situation now because I thought I was doing it right the whole time. Okay, let me help you out here. Yes, you was doing it right. You was giving unconditional love. But you always thought that's all you're supposed to do. You need to have conditions to the unconditional love. Unconditional love is for the people that is willing to give unconditional love back to you. But the ones that's not willing to give you the same love back, you need to put conditions down. But God, they say that you're supposed to just do right by people, turn the other cheek and all of this and that. Ain't your behind tired? Again, a slap, hit, punch. All your cheeks have been expired. It's time for some new ones. Really? Really, God? Really? That's how you gonna do me? That's how you gonna do me? You gonna sit back and clown me like that? Yeah. Because ain't it funny? Ain't it funny when you all this time, your entire life, you literally kept listening to what the outside world was telling you when you're supposed to listen to the inside world? But I thought I was supposed to be able to go to church and go talk to these different people and listen to these different motivational speakers and all of that. Yeah, it's reminders, but you got to get the true source. You have to go within. You have to check the sources of all the information. See, the beauty of it is this. I put the information out here so when people forget, they know they remember how to get back. But the problem is people get stuck on what they say and forget to come back home to verify the information. See, you've been going out here doing your research and watching everybody else and what they've been doing. And you got so stuck in helping them out because you was taking on their emotions, their energy. You know you're an empath, and it's pathetic. It's like, you know how hard it is to walk somewhere and you can feel everybody's emotions? And you sitting there just trying to mind your business, and then you get mad out of nowhere. You was just sitting there looking at some food, and you know I love food, and now I'm mad at it. Like, I'm the one cooking it. But now somebody walked up on me and they mad, and I can feel that energy, so now I'm mad. And now I gotta fight through that anger because I'm thinking it's mine and realize it's them. Now, my happiness got put onto them and that anger got put onto me, and now I'm over here having these issues. Okay, so now you telling me you do know what the problem is. Huh? You just solved your own problem. Hold up. Pump your brakes. I mean, no offense, God, but pump your brakes. What you mean that I solved my own problem? You just said, even when you cooked your own food, you was happy with it. But as soon as somebody else came up with the anger, you end up absorb that anger to the point you looked at your own food that you was happy with, and you got mad at it. And when you got mad, now your happiness went to that person. And now they walking around fine, and now you holding on to that energy. The problem is you've been stuck holding on to other people's energies the whole time. And you wonder why you tired. You've been letting the world beat you up. How the heck that happened? Who put that on me? You did? What the? See, we could have a discussion. You need to put a block on me on some things. You need to block me. just put a block and say no. Don't take that job. Don't take this job. The reason why, but why I keep having these jobs? Because you have unconditional love. See, you realize that pain is a strength and not a weakness, but the world has created to be a weakness and people get stuck. That's the beauty about how your brain operates. Have you ever noticed that when these moments happen, you always you think about it because you go within. And that's why you're trying to teach other people, go within, know what's theirs. It's like having a bookshelf. You know what's on your bookshelf, so you know if somebody take a book off, and you know if somebody putting a book in. If somebody putting a book there that's not yours, you know to push it away. That's why you are able to understand the emotions of the good and the bad. You know that when it's something bad, that ain't yours. When it's something good, that's yours. So let me explain this to y'all. As y'all see me, having a conversation. I tell you I dabbled in both sides. You have to know when a negative energy is not yours. We all dabble in positive energy. Positive energy. When negative energy comes in, that is not yours. It's someone else. But the problem is we don't know how to recycle it. We don't know how to take that energy and refurbish it to become better, so that when we put it back out in the world, that we make it a better energy. We turn that negative into something positive. So a lot of y'all that's going through mental issues is because you don't know how to recycle that energy. A lot of energy is because you're scared to be something in this world. You're scared to be happy in this world because you're so much looking at somebody else's world. You're so busy looking at someone else's world that you don't realize you're holding on to their issues, their traumas, and those things. When it comes to, like, I'm going to break certain things down. Like, for myself. Like, washing clothes is one of my pet peeves. I can't stand it. And I'm a female, but I can't stand it. Do I like clean clothes? Yes. But it's a redundant job. It's like, once you finish, you got to redo it all over again. It's a never-ending thing. Well, there's things in life that's going to stay and repeat because it's just part of life. You got to know what is going to just be a part of life and what is something that you can transition as you go. So when you're washing clothes, that means you are getting up every single day. It's a thing you got to do. You got to get up every single day and push yourself every single day. That's the one thing you want to stay on repeat mode. If you're going to be on a hamster wheel, be on a hamster wheel to get up every single day. No matter how much you hurt, no matter how much you're in pain. There was so many times I was in pain, and so many times I was hurt, I didn't want to go to work. So many times I was sick, I didn't want to go to work. Sometimes I didn't even want to deal with the kids. But I get up every single day and recycle and wash myself every single day. Because I know that's something I have to do even when I don't want to do it. That's life. When it comes to being in the bed all day, all right? Sometimes we get to that point that we get so stuck. That's like the video games. That's like staring at the TV. That's like staring at social media. We get so caught up staring at something or going to sleep, staring at something until the next day and not realize that we're wasting time. We're wasting time because we're trying to force time to go to the next day, hoping the next day you're happy. But it's always going to be on repeat because you keep doing the same thing over and over again. So instead of sitting there trying to sleep your way through the next day or play video games hoping that it was to block out the noise, or drinking all day long, or, sexing all day long or something like that just to get the thoughts out of your head, you're going to have to tell yourself, I need to back away from those things. Because if I want my next day to be happy, I got to tell myself I'm happy today. So I don't care if the roof is caving in. I don't care if the kids is being loud and acting up. I don't care if the relationship ain't working right. I don't care if I'm not in the position I want to be in. I'm going to just smile and say, God, thank you for breathing. Thank you for this day. Thank you for everything you're doing. And just smile. Smile to the point that it hurts. If you're going to have pain, that's the pain you want. Smile until it hurts. Because guess what? Once you start hurting, you're going to realize you're going to start laughing and thinking. You're going to start acknowledging, Dad, this was dumb for me to be mad in the first place. Why am I mad for? Yeah, this stuff happened. But it's like, it could be worse. Excuse me. You understand? The moments where your brain going back and forth, acknowledge it. Ask yourself, why am I happy one minute and I'm mad another minute? Is it so much somebody says something to trigger me? What did they say that triggered me? Is it that they want me to be my old self? Is it the fact that I'm not doing something I'm supposed to do? Maybe I'm not being a good parent. Maybe I'm not being a good child. Maybe I'm not being a good coworker. Whatever it is, you understand? Figure out. Say, you know what? I'm going to sit here until I figure out what's really bothering me. Because every single time this specific person comes to me, I get mad. But why is it when everybody else come around me, I don't? Every time this person come and say something, soon they open their mouth, I'm pissed off. You need to find out. There's two ways to it. There's two ways. Either they're saying something you need to hear, or they the issue of why you where you at. So you need to decide, is this real love, which is unconditional, or is this conditioned love, where they providing you only a certain amount of services to keep you where you're at? This is where you need to find out if you need to let people go. Okay? You have to get to that point. Being by yourself is okay. Getting to love yourself is okay. And if you are a type of person that's always by yourself, make sure you're still doing the same work. But if you feel like, you know what, I need to start learning how to communicate with others, put yourself in the fire. Okay. Either the fire is start getting around other people to get to understand other people's minds, where you will know what you want and what you don't want. It's trial runs. It's no different than dating. Okay, you can't sit back and say all men the same if you keep picking up the same man. You understand me? Ask yourself, if I keep going out here and picking up a tall guy that has $100,000 salary a year, and that's all I look for, then guess what? That's all you're going to keep receiving. And I'm not saying everyone is the same, but it's like, do the opposite. Go against the grain. Do something different than what you had. That's what I done. That's how I figured myself out. Because any guy that I ever talked to before, communicated, it was one way. Until the last person I talked to, I'm just talking reality, was totally the opposite. And once I got to see what the opposite looked like, now I can analyze what I liked about what I thought I wanted compared to what I thought I needed. Now I can be able to decipher. That's how I was able to know what was really going on with my life. That's how I was able to know who was supposed to be in my life. Because I had to get out of my comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. If you always trying to stay comfortable, then don't get mad with the conditions you're in. You understand me? If y'all hear that noise, they cutting grass, somebody cutting grass outside. So get uncomfortable. That's the beauty in this world. In order to stop being tired, like reason why you're so sick and tired is because you're seeing the same movie over and over and over again on repeat. And you're tired because you already know what the character's going to do. You already know what they're going to say, how they're going to say it, and everything. You know all the words. And you're wondering why you're tired. It's because you want to stay comfortable. But once you realize when you get out of your comfort zone, you will be zoning into a better life. You will actually get what you really need. The reason you're tired because you're getting what you want. A comfort zone. No different than when it comes to wars. Give me a second. Let me right by the door. I'm at the window. The thing about it is this. When you look at wars in the world, yes, it's a horrible thing because they're destroying people. But you got to look at the war you're in. You're destroying yourself. Maybe it's not hundreds of people, but you're destroying yourself because you keep being in the zone of attacks. And you're the one making yourself the target. So when you sit here want to be overweight because you're mad about how life is, that's why. When you in this situation where you want to pretend like you got a mental illness and then you wonder why the older you get, actually going crazy, you are what you eat. If you put yourself in these positions to think something wrong with you, they become your what? Reality. And then you wonder why your world is the way it is, being destroyed. So it's time for everyone to get out of their comfort zone and work together. Yes, you're going to be tired. Yes, the economy has some things we need to change. But how can we change it if everyone is disabled? If everyone is disabled, then who really shooting the guns? So, is it the people that's out here trying to do something? Or is it the fact that you really the bomb? On that note, have a blessed day.